We want to transition that into a nice restaurant.
Okay.
And possibly tie it up at the top of the hill overlooking our beautiful Tinkers Creek area to have an event center. So these are all plans we've been working on them for 2-3 years now. It's not
right, but now and with the economy and the upswing, you
yeah,
have a little
now
bit
we
more,
have the
right.
time and energy
Right.
to go after this stuff.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. It's a good time.
So I did a survey around the school about the local library, and most of the students think that the library should be updated. Any thoughts on that?
Yeah. No, I use the library. Sorry about that. But that you got to deal with the county. Take care of. We have no control over the library, but this library is one of the most highly utilized. So for our size and the number of people that go in there, it gets used. And I think the county's got to recognize, yeah, we need to do, they kind of refreshened it for looks last year, the year before, but that's a good thing you want to bring up to the head librarian over there. Ask her that question, what can you do, and have some suggestions for her. It's always good if you have a question. Why don't you do this? But
Right.
here's what we see, and you follow up with a suggestion, it goes a lot farther. But it's.
I think it's interesting that question came up when he was asking, or that topic came up when he was asking students, because he was asking the other students, what do you, I'm going to go meet with the mayor, what do you want to know?
Okay.
And I think maybe that comes from the standpoint of these kids, when they're done with school, they need somewhere to go to work, and also maybe to socialize and do some of that as well. But our building is closed at 2:30, and then what do they do? As far as
and we have our rec center, which is right across through the woods here, through the trail. Oops, sorry. And we have a new rec director and an assistant rec director. They started several months ago, and we're down there refurbishing our rec center, taking out all the asbestos and updating lighting and all that stuff. So we decided just to shut it down for a couple of months, and instead of trying to piecemeal it while people are going in and out. But they come in with a whole new attitude toward what we need, and I can talk to Aaron, our new rec director. He's wanting to meet with people throughout the city. That what do you need? Because we think we have we do a great job with the Little League baseball and the basketball league and stuff like that. But what else can we do? And that's where you guys come in, help us do that.
All right, last question right here. How do you feel about the Bedford School District?
I think I told you. I think it's good. I think they get a bad rap. I think the state testing is horrible. They don't explain what the grades mean. When you get a F in the system, it's so complicated. Some of the state people can't even explain how they come up with this testing. And you might have one of the categories, might be 20 different things in it, and you pass 18 of them, but you do bad on 2, they give you an F because you didn't pass all of them.
Right.
Well, that doesn't tell you a thing about what's really happening. And we're working, the mayors in the area and the superintendents have gotten together to go do battle with the state to say, look, do this right, and let's start going back to teaching kids, not just, we got to pass this, we got. You lose so much potential when you're doing that. And we got kids, if you turn them loose, and the teachers could be a little more flexible with them, say, here, go study this or do this. It's only going to make it better.
And that's a luxury that I have because I'm a career tech ed teacher. Yes, I have my own end of course exams that I have to go through, but I want my kids to do well on those, right? Because we're reported on the state report cards too, but I do have a luxury in the sense that I'm like, yeah, let's go build this and let's go make this. And in a couple weeks we'll have Shark Tank at school.
Really?
May 2nd. Yeah, you're definitely invited to come
let
if you'd
us
like
know.
to.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
But I bring in this is my second career, so I bring in my old colleagues that I worked with, and CEOs of companies, and they come in and judge my kids, and year after year, they're like, these kids are so impressive. We would never know this unless we came in and actually sat down and heard from the great ideas that they have. So there's a lot of awesome things that go in. I go back to your point, which is that communication piece of just, continuously telling that story outside of the report card. So.
I know, and that's just maddening when you get that. You get an F, but you may pass 18 of the 20 things, whatever the numbers are.
Right.
I don't know exactly, but you pass the bulk of it, and how do you get an F?
Right.
And why do they put the letter grades with it? And then in the state, they have a disclaimer at the bottom of their whole big rules that these scores are not to be used for judging schools.
Right.
And then the plain dealer gets a hold of them, and then they rank all the schools.
Right.
And we usually don't come out well, again, for those reasons. And
I know. And with the integration of Career Tech Ed in our building and having the maker space in there and
that's what I want to see too.
Yeah, we gotta come over and see that.
Yeah,
I'm on the committee for that, and there's like
I missed the Rotary trip when they came.
We can have a lot of fun playing with things down there, but also just building. Like my students are gonna do that. Tell you what you built.
We were a part of DECA, and we had a competition, and for our project we made an electric toothbrush, which dispenses toothpaste over in one of the bristles. And we needed a model, so she told us about the makerspace. They told us they had a 3D printer. So we went down and made a 3D model of our toothbrush. She came out great, bro.
See, simple thing like that.
Yeah.
That stuff's cool, because I've been trying now for several years to get a incubator going in town.
Okay.
Makerspace, same kind of thing. That, when the kids graduate, they're learning it and you got to stop. I want to have the next step where they go.
And any place a group of kids I've ever met, we've had the highest level of kids who want to be entrepreneurs, want to start their own businesses. And so I'm trying to get them to have a conversation, like maybe a little more STEM related. We've got 4 or 5 car washes. I don't know that we need another car wash. Not that that's a bad idea, but when we're talking about kids, one of the students was talking about like a glucose chip implant and, inside your body so you can real-time measure your glucose levels. I mean, but those are entrepreneurs, right?
Yeah.
But they don't, that making the next step, the leap, is the struggle right now for them. So.
And we were looking more from the artist angle.
Okay.
And I have a building in mind too, but there's a company in there that I tell them all the time, I want your building. That would be perfect for it to get them in and not only have a space where they can work on your art, but also a classroom to teach you how to do a marketing plan, how to do your books,
right.
that kind of thing for business.
So that you just don't have an idea, but you can actually take your business to fruition.
Because some artists, they're brilliant what they do, but they can't quite balance their checkbook because they're out here thinking, which is terrific stuff. I couldn't think about it, but have somebody show them, well, you need to do this.
Yeah.
So you integrate it and then take them from there and get them going, and then start filling in our storefronts in our downtown.
A recording studio would be awesome too for musicians.
A lot of musicians that want to perform at our school. I'm actually putting together a project. It's a kid named Aaron Needham. He wants to put a graduation CD so everybody who can sing or has a musical talent, we're going to go to his house, record whatever they want to record, and possibly get it out before graduation starts or during. So
awesome. That's cool. See,
Cool
there's so much stuff there to do. I'm going in July for a 3-day class in Kansas City put on by the Kauffman Foundation. That their mission is to help cities provide education for entrepreneurs. I'm going down there. I was invited to be part of their thing. Find out a little more than nuts and bolts how to put this stuff together. So
lean on me when you get back. And I've got 110 of them.
I know.
That could be ready to go for you at some point in time. Yeah. So they're great. I think we're all, you all through your questions. I need to let him get back to
thank you.
Rambling on here, but
no.
Unfortunately, I got to go to wake from here. But
Oh, well, it was a pleasure meeting
Nice to
you.
meet you. Do you have a card?
I do. I snuck it over here.
Thank you.
Good seeing you. Good luck, Jalen. We'll see you. We'll see you around.
So there's my
Thanks.
card, and I will. But yeah,
Uh,
good time to
see,
be
I
a Bearcat.
This is the stuff I wish people would see. Excited, and these young kids are tremendous. I'm looking forward to the